Hi everyone, hope you're doing well from wherever you're watching this channel, depending on your time zone. Now, you know, when politicians are in a campaign rally, they can say anything in public. But when they get to maybe parliament or on a TV show or radio, they will put to a question to substantiate what they are talking about. And so, yesterday, there was a discussion on NTV as far as the relationship between William Ruto, the president, and Ruto Gachagwa, his deputy, is concerned. So the man on the show was none other than the Nyeri governor, Mutahi Kahiga. There are several questions that was asked, and the governor has exposed a lot that people have been questioning in silence, and today it has been confirmed that indeed William Ruto and Ruto Gachagwa are not in a good working relationship, where the governor goes to an extent to say that we do not vote for Ruto and Gachagwa to become lovers, but they just have a working relationship. He goes ahead to highlight that Gachagwa has been given responsibilities. There is delegated responsibility to the office of the governor, but they have refused to fund that office or responsibilities that they are delegating to him. That we give you to play this role, but there are no funds to make sure that that role or a function that we are intended to succeed is succeeding. He has alleged that Governor Ruto Gachagwa budgets have been cut down. That Ruto is saying one thing in public but doing the opposite in private. That means that the problem that Gachagwa is going through has been allowed by none other than William Samuel Ruto himself. He's the one who has allowed those issues that Gachagwa is going through. You know, the kind of engagement we are seeing between him and the members of parliament, the argument we are seeing openly, it has been allowed by William Ruto.
So, Governor, in light of all this, and when you talk about that, as we stand, what then is the relation between the president and his deputy, Ruto Gachagwa?
Well, they have a working relationship. We never voted for them to become lovers. We just voted for them to be working, deliver the better agenda for the people of Kenya, the 50 million. It is not about liking each other. They have a job to do. Let them do it. But I'll give an example. One thing, we have the president himself allocated and delegated the responsibility of coffee revitalization to the deputy president in his office. Today, if you check today's budget, there is only 4 million Kenya shillings allocated to that function. What is he expected to do with that? He's only being set up for failure. Trying to say that we are setting up 6.9 billion to pay debts is only maybe to mollify the community. But the truth of the matter is that everything is being done to ensure that the deputy president's office is not working as it should. We have read in the papers the other day that even his budgets have been cut. This is not what we expect. We expect the two of them to work together for the sake of the...
So essentially, yes. Governor, you're saying there is a problem right now between the president and his deputy?
Of course, it is so clear because they can have all they may be working together, meeting together, but you can see... By the way, who is defending Ruto Gachagwa except Governor Mutahi Kahiga? And all I'm saying is that I can see things are not going right, and I'm requesting my president, Dr. William Samoei Ruto, you that we voted for, to a man, please, it's time you took charge. Do not allow people to mess your legacy by creating all those problems that we can see around the deputy president. And we are...
Governor, we've not seen the president speak on this particular matter, has not called out anybody. So where do you think the problem lies then?
The problem lies in that the president is not taking charge. He is the president, and whoever is going through these troubles is his deputy. It it is upon him to defend that office. He knows what he went through. We were pitying him when he was traumatized, he was harassed, he was denied rights. And now when he sits back and watches these things happen, we hear him one day say, please respect Rigathi Gachagua. But 2 days later we see the same people walking around and disparaging the deputy governor, the deputy president. Yet the president himself spoke publicly and asked them that they respect the deputy president. What that tells me as an intelligent person is that he could be saying one thing in public and a different thing in
Now, as we continue with the panel discussion, just a quick request for those who are watching and you are not yet subscribed, please consider subscribing to our channel. Thank you so much. And again, to all our viewers, please give this video a thumbs up. Thank you so much, and back to this discussion. Now, Mutahi Kahiga is one man who speaks for Rigathi Gachagua. There are issues that Gachagua would want to speak to, but because of his position or the repercussion from that, he cannot talk about them. So you have to have people who speak on your behalf. So Mutahi Kahiga is that one man who speaks on behalf of Rigathi Gachagua. What he speaks is the mind, the idea, and the wish of one Rigathi Gachagua. Therefore, in this show, definitely he was speaking on behalf of Gachagua. Therefore, when you talk about William Ruto having a working relationship with the Gachagua but not love relationship, you see that one unaenda overboard. That Gachagua should not be submissive to William Ruto. They have a working relationship and they were both elected to the office. So he can't be intimidated to submit to William Ruto. That is the message. This one is from Gachagua, and the man who was assigned to say it out has done it. Therefore, Ruto and his allies should not expect love relationship submissive from Rigathi Gachagua. He is not going to submit. That is coming out clear from that. That Gachagua has been given responsibility. Ruto has delegated some duties to Gachagua. But some of those duties, like what he mentioned, you are being given a budget of 3 million on matters that need good money, like hundreds of millions. So what do you do with 3 million? It means they have set you up to fail. Therefore, in this administration of Kenya Kwanza, Gachagua is one man who has been singled out to fail in everything they are going to delegate to him. Therefore, he has been set up for failure. So as you see, duties and responsibilities in the office of the deputy president, when they fail, then just know that he has been set up because they don't facilitate him to make sure that the responsibility and duties delegated to him are succeeding. Here, sasa imekuja out very clear. He goes ahead to say that Gachagua budget has been cut down. Before, we used to see anytime there's a budget, you look at the office of the president, very high budget. Office of the deputy president, very high budget. Today, we are being told those budgets are being cut down in the office of the deputy president. I would want to see or look at Musalia Mudavadi's budget as prime CS and try to compare with Gachagua. Because you would see, on one hand, Gachagua's budget, like 100 million, ukikuja kwa Mudavadi unaona pale 40 million. I would want to see latest what is going on there. But Mutahi Kahiga is alleging that the budget for the deputy president has been cut down. Why? Because they don't want him to have that enough money so that he can succeed in what he's trying to do, for example, in Nyeri. and Mount Kenya region. He's in a campaign mode. This campaign, you can't just wake up and do a campaign without proper funding. Those campaigns are being funded. So what Ruto has learned is that the bigger the budget in the office of the deputy president, then the more you allow him to politic and facilitate his campaigns. Therefore, you cut down so that Gachagwa has now his own budget to use for such kind of events like campaign. Such that if he has to do so, then he has to go deeper into his own pocket and use his own money for that. That is also another possibility. That tukimpea budget kubwa, hii ni budget ya kwenda kufanya campaign. So let us cut down, let us reduce it. So definitely he confirms, anaulizwa kuna shida kati ya Mheshimiwa William Ruto na naibu wake Rigathi Gachagua. He confirms, of course, there exists a problem between the two. So definitely, no more doubt. Gachagua is telling us that there is a problem between him and his deputy. What we meant to believe is that there has been a problem between Gachagua and then some leaders in UDA from Mount Kenya. Now it is no longer so. It is a problem between Ruto and Gachagua. Kila wajatuambia ni kwamba hizo shida zote zimeanzia what? I listened to that, but I've never seen the governor coming out to say, where did the rain started beating them? And he goes ahead to confirm that all these problems that Gachagua is facing, the bitter exchange between him and the members of parliament, lack of respect from his juniors, it is being done so because Ruto has allowed it to happen. Because he's not coming out to warn this member. To stop this exchange between Gachagua and Akina Kimani Ichung'wah, Moses Kuria, Silvana Osoro, Ndindi Nyoro, and the rest, Akina Oscar Sudi. It just need Ruto to come out and say one word. That will be enough to stop it. But because he's silent, then it means he has allowed this to happen because he might be, in plan to do away with Rigathi Gachagua. He don't need Gachagua anymore. So you destroy him completely. That is coming out clear. That Ruto is saying this, but he's doing the opposite in private. Kila anasema kwa public, itovote na kila anafanya in private. That then makes us to believe that Ruto might be advising or giving a directive to these members of parliament to go and abuse Gachagua, to go and attack Gachagua. That is in private. Then he comes to public and says the opposite. So they will not trust what he will say in public. I don't know your views, but let us meet in the comment section to continue with this discussion. Thank you so much and see you in our next video.